There we go.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
How's it going?
It is going. It's a seventh day.
Happy SysAdmin Day.
Yay.
We have a couple of folks joining us already out there in the community. So if you are ready to kick us off, I think we are ready too.
Yeah, we are ready. Well, it wouldn't be SysAdmin Day without something to troubleshoot, specifically a meeting. So that was a little bit fun trying to get in today. I figured that it was perfect way to introduce the day, have a problem right off the bat. So raise your hand if you had a meeting to troubleshoot today. It was us. So welcome to our celebration. We aren't the first to celebrate it, but this is our first SysAdmin Day to celebrate. We appreciate everyone in the community coming to join us. This is a very informal celebration, and thank you for all that you do. We are going to keep it very brief and try and stay within our allotted time so that you can get back to troubleshooting things. But we are going to have some fun today, and specifically, we are going to play a fun game called PINGO, which is the SysAdmin version of Bingo. So we will be releasing a bingo card for you guys to play and basically go throughout your day and fill in as many slots as you can. You can go back, we'll say you can go back to the beginning of this week. So try to be honest on your cards. Johan, do you have a version of the card that you can share here, or are we just going to release it to
I
Twitter? How
can
do you want to do it?
definitely do a combination of both. I got it from our marketing department
Awesome.
yesterday.
We have an amazing marketing department.
It's true.
It's all
This
right.
bingo card looks amazing. So anyway,
Uh,
um, while Johan's pulling it up, same rules as bingo. You have to get it across or diagonal. You can use your free space. Um, and if you would like a prize, then you can submit it in the community. We have a new spot today called Around the Domain Controller, which is basically our little water cooler chat area. So I'd like you to put your Pingo card there if you get a Pingo. Also, in that spot, you can share any funny war stories. So anything that's relevant to what's on the Pingo card, or if you have anything else funny to share. None of us have done anything crazy or weird or dumb, I'm sure. But in case you accidentally did, it would be great to share in
uh,
community
mayhap.
space. What? Nuh-uh.
Oh, it's true.
Once or
Okay, what have you
twice.
done?
Uh, I'll talk to that in a little bit, but let me
Okay.
figure out the card. I just shared it in the chat there, in the
Okay.
Zoom call here, and students of the academy, they're
Yep.
used to that. But I figured I
Very
can bring
familiar
it
with
up.
seeing things in the chat, so you can look at it in the chat.
Yeah, I'll bring it up on screen also.
Awesome.
You allow me to figure out copy and paste here. I'm
So
not
we are
entirely
giving
new.
away some prizes, by the way. For this one, what's our grand prize, Johan?
This is a shiny SSD.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Can
And I
Morollis employees win an SSD?
uh, unfortunately I cannot.
No. Okay. All right. Darn it. Do we have any mugs to give away? Are we going to give away some mugs also?
We have indeed. I happen to know for a fact that the Marolo CEO ordered a pretty large box of ViaMonstra coffee mugs that
Awesome.
are being offered as second to whatever number price we come up with. We've got a bunch of them. We'll
Yeah.
be happy to give them away. But I think I got this one figured out. This should be the Pingo card.
Okay. Perfect. Do
So,
do you or Andrew have a Pingo yet?
yeah.
Oh
The
no.
one, no, at least a couple of them. I had an incident this morning. This one here, it's a true story. Couldn't figure out why my headset wasn't charging.
Oh yeah.
Our dog tripped, that's laying next to me, tripped the breaker on the power strip with
Oh,
his
Poor
jeez.
paw.
dog. Blaming the dog.
It's true.
course.
obviously true. But yes,
Yeah.
absolutely yes.
Had a software license expire this week.
There you go.
Weekend call in. Yeah. If we're going back to Sunday.
I think we can make an exception for Sunday.
Yeah.
Anybody watching? Do you have any of these filled in yet?
I just enabled chat so people can actually send messages
Okay.
in the call here, and so if you have anything that you filled up already here on this one, let us know.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and of course my favorite that I mentioned to you the other day, Amy, the Slack message. Hey.
Yep.
I had 3 or 4 of those this week, I think.
Yep. The dreaded hey. Like, oh no.
Which inevitably leads to a well, I've got you here.
Stuart agrees. Way too many hays.
Yeah.
Yep, indeed.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't be Appreciation Day if we also didn't appreciate some of the fairly new folks in our community here. We had a couple of new members this week on the VOA community, sharing information, helping out each other, stepping up to support each other in the community. Stuff like that we absolutely love. And for those of you who haven't yet joined our community, well, I think you wouldn't be here if you hadn't, but please spread the word and let people know that it exists. We are, as you probably know by now, quite a friendly bunch of people trying to help out as good as we can in the academy here. I log in as my alter ego Hans here. This is where I have my dashboard and been, contributing to questions. And this is around the main controller space that Amy just mentioned here earlier. And we spent some time yesterday coming out with a symbolic image for what it would look like to be sitting around with the main controller, campfire style. A little bit of AI to help there, but it was good. But we do like to point out a special thanks for the community. Dan Alec has been very much contributing, Matthew Matter, Noah Scott, and a new member, Emeka N, has been sharing information as well. So thank you for what you do. This is what the community is all about. As I used to say, contributing is everything.
It's true.
Yeah, pretty much true.
Yeah, thank you, everybody.
But I just saw Ryan's comment there. Server room freezing, keyboard full of crumbs.
Yeah.
That may have happened.
Yeah, it's usually the executives with the keyboard full of crumbs. At least that's the recurring nightmares that I have.
Yeah.
Not in my current role, obviously, because I am the executive, but I can definitely remember my help desk days where it'd be the same handful of leadership folks who would complain about their laptop not working, and I need a brand new laptop right now. Okay, let me see your old laptop, and it's just full of food.
They're the ones that spill coffee on the laptop as well. And,
Yeah, it did. And I learned something new this morning. First of all, there is a SysAdmin Day website. The full name is System Administrator Appreciation Day. It was founded a good decade ago by a gentleman here in Illinois, Chicago, Mr. Ted Cadedos. If I said that right, otherwise, Ted. We call him just Ted. So that was pretty cool. And of course, ideas on how organization can appreciate their sysadmins. I really like that. And also some links here in the bottom for different social media where you can see a lot of fun stuff related to this. And I found one image that particularly stood out. And that is because all of us here, maybe not Lindsay, I'll put in Lindsay in the mix. We are big Star Wars fans. So I found this one that kind of quite well illustrates the sysadmin. I love it.
Perfect. This is
I
perfect.
happen to have level 1, 2, and 3 right there.
That's amazing.
And,
I did not know that. We did not plan that, I promise.
and then the sysadmins, I'd say that's pretty accurate too.
Yeah, go away. Yeah. No, we do try to be helpful for most part, but every now and then it's like, all right, come on.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so we promised we would share a couple of war stories here. So Amy, since you kicked us off here, what do you want to
So I
share?
started this, I gotta go first. All right. Mine is me doing something really not quite resume generating, but makes me wonder how I was allowed to become an adult and have a job and be in charge of things. So I worked for a healthcare company, and we were in the middle of not only migrating from XP to 7, but also switching out hardware. So we all had the same Dell laptop. And if you ever wonder why I have so many stickers on my laptop as a middle-aged woman, let me tell you why. It's a little bit of trauma. And that would be that I mailed my laptop from Chicago all the way out to someone in Utah. So
Whoops.
they went a week without their machine while they were waiting for the swap. And then we both went about 3 days without laptops because I didn't have mine because I sent it to her and she had to receive mine and ship it back. So it was pretty embarrassing. And the help desk team didn't let me live that one down for quite a long time. But I'm so traumatized by it that even now, working from home with my own very specific laptop, it is very much personalized so that I am aware that this is mine.
There you go.
So there you go. Mailed the wrong laptop.
I think that's the thing about these type of incidents, right? Is you'll never forget it.
Yep.
And it adjusts the way you live your life from then on. What one of my I would agree, Amy, in my most infamous example of this was not quite resume generating. We were able to get out of it, but same kind of principle. I had somebody message me. I was maybe working with Active Directory and Config Manager and things like that for maybe a year or so. So I was still, I would consider myself very new at that point. And somebody messaged me right before lunch, and something was going on with their endpoints. They couldn't, with a specific endpoint, they couldn't map a drive or they couldn't do something, right? So I started troubleshooting group policy on the endpoint and was doing my typical group policy reporting and everything. And I came across a GUID that it couldn't figure out. It was a group policy GUID that the endpoint couldn't read or something along those lines. And I said, oh, this is a corrupt group policy, just delete it by the GUID without checking what the GUID was. And then I did that, and then another GUID popped up, and I said, delete that one too. And then I paused after deleting that one, and I said, wait a minute. I should have probably checked to see what those were before I deleted them. And it turned out I had deleted the default domain policy and the enforced domain policy 2 minutes before lunch. Fortunately, I have a wonderful group of colleagues that I worked with who gave me a little bit of a hard time, but helped me figure out what was going on once we were able to, connect to a domain controller and recreate those group policies. But yeah, that was a fun one. Ever since then, I have been allergic to automating things based on GUID or SID or any sort of object ID without some checks in place.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Sounds like a fair assessment. And before jumping into my words there, I just want to highlight we did have our first PINGO coming up here.
Awesome.
So beautiful. Thank you there, James. Appreciate that. Now, my story involves a hammer, and it's actually two stories in one. To give you a bit backstory, when I was started off early in my career, 20 some years old, worked with an OEM. We were building computers and shipping them the computers. And at the time, there was a company called Victor, a Swedish company that made computers. Not the greatest computers, but they were computers. And I had a mechanical hard drive that just wouldn't fit quite right to get it into the slot it was supposed to fit in. So I used a little hammer to just nudge the metal a little bit on the box while it was running. The mechanical drive did not appreciate that hammering.
Can't imagine.
So it decided to call it a day. And I had to restore a backup and give the customer a new hard drive. My manager at the time, not thrilled at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah. Oh boy.
But
We should have added had to hammer something on here on our Pingo
should
card.
have.
We'll do that next year.
Yeah, the second part to that story is it's around the same time era. I came out to a customer having a Novell 3 server. This was way back, and when I opened it, there was a sticker. Speaking of stickers, Amy, a large sticker, like the size of like a foot-long sticker, inside of that server. He called it reverse psychology. Because that server knew what would happen if it didn't behave. And that server never crashed, like ever. It ran for years and years and years. So that was my share on hammers.
Might have to borrow that. That sounds like it could have been more useful than proactive monitoring, just threatening the server.
I get a little bit nervous threatening technology. I'm definitely one of those, like, I'm really nice to my chat GPT robot who I ask questions to. I make sure to say please and thank you and
Of course.
never threaten and, always tell my computer, you're doing a really good job.
I'm
I
super
remember-
impressed with your output.
Yeah. I remember seeing in the early days of IT that people were sharing a post of a hammer that was a label on it, says hard reset.
Yeah.
Like a Dymo label on it. But yeah.
Oh boy.
All right. So for those of you that might have joined a little bit late, Amy, would you just recap the PINGO rules that we have here?
Yeah. So Pingo is very similar to Bingo. Just we changed the name to SysAdmin friendly, Ping instead of Bingo. But if you aren't familiar, basically what you do is you look at the grid and you want to fill in the slots. So, Johan, if you can pull that up again.
Yes, I'm on it.
If any of these have happened to you this week, you just somehow fill it in. You can print it and use a marker, or you can use the, let's see here, you guys use Windows computers, so you use Paint to color it in. If you have a Mac, good job. And you can use just the Photos app to edit the picture. But make sure you submit it in the community. So you want to make sure that you, when you hand it in, you want to fill in either a row across or any of the columns going down or diagonal in any diagonal direction. Obviously, you want to use the free space if you can. Even if you don't fill it in all the way, make sure you submit it because we want to see what everyone else is suffering with as well. And there is definitely swag such as a mug to give away, and we'll be picking one of these as the grand prize to win a very shiny SSD. Did I miss anything?
That thing's pretty much spot. And this just make sure to upload these images like James did here to the around domain controller space, and
Yes.
everything is good.
You can share this on your social medias for other people to play as well. But if they want a prize, they need to join the community, which, as you guys know, is free to be in the community, and then put it here specifically.
Indeed.
Johan, if you refresh, have we had any new posts?
I do not know, but I know a guy who can refresh. Stuart did, yeah. Awesome. Thank you very much.
Excellent.
I have to look at that one. That's a lot of them.
Busy
In a week, that's impressive right
Yeah.
there. 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that's a good chunk of them. Let's see James here. Yeah, it's also a good chunk of them.
Yeah.
Taking advantage, of course, of the free one in the middle. Good stuff there.
I like the monitors that he put in there to mark them
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
So
Very
brilliant.
creative.
That's creativity. Yeah, I saw Stuart comments there. It's been a week. Yep.
Yeah, it sounds like he can relate to my laptop story. Dell laptop. Oh no. So if you are in the community, you can read the story, but basically a laptop was handed off and the coworker gave someone his laptop and had done no backups. Oh, the laptop was reimaged. Oh no. The wrong laptop was reimaged, I assume. That sounds like something I would do for sure. That coworker could have been me.
I would be, you know, we've heard nightmare stories of reimaging way too many devices that you weren't supposed to reimage, but I'd be surprised if all of us that work with Config Manager or Ghost in the past or anything haven't reimaged the wrong computer at least one time.
Yeah. You know, you also
Yep.
get to the point where it's the same frequent flyer who comes, you know, with their urgent ticket, and, you know, you give your best 20 minutes troubleshooting, and just some people, they just deserve a little reimage.
Yep.
Yeah, it's fun. So many stories over the years. I was in a conference room. We were working on an early SMS installation with a bunch of folks. So one gentleman tried to connect to his phone, or and that must be later. There were no smartphones in SMS. Must have been Config Ban 2007 or something. It was a smartphone. And he was trying to punch in the code and couldn't. And eventually, after a number of tries, the phone, okay, fine, I reset it. So he reset it at the phone. And then lifted a paper he had, and his phone was underneath that paper. So he just wiped his coworker's phone that was sitting next to him.
Oh no.
Oh no.
He didn't seem thrilled.
Yeah, I'm sure not.
That's worthy of buying your coworker a cold beverage at least.
At least, yeah, for sure.
Oh no, that's a whiskey for Christmas kind of event.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, good stuff.
Do we have any more cards? We've got about 4 minutes left. I'd love to see if there are more. Also, if you guys have any stories to share, please feel free to share them in the community, in this DC group like Stuart did.
Appreciate that. Yeah.
I could use a good laugh, so for sure, fill those in. Certainly none of us have deployed to all systems, have we?
Yeah, but luckily it was software updates. It wasn't the end of the world, but a couple of servers restarted when they shouldn't.
Yeah. No task sequences though.
No, just patching, but that was bad enough.
Yeah.
And here is the full version of the around the domain controller image, if I can get it up there. That's what it looks like. So yeah, we're planning on having a bonfire sitting around. This would be it. This would be it.
All right, notes.
Mhm.
This is how I get you outside to the fire pit. I've been trying.
I know, I
I
know.
never thought to bring a computer.
Yeah, that was
That
all it
might,
took.
Huh.
yeah.
Even better if you bring a server out there.
Can run a really long cable. He kind of walks out into the backyard from his office. I
Yeah.
have to go down the stairs.
Well, yeah. Yeah, that works. The office is not too far.
Yeah,
I got a couple extension cords I can bring over.
there you go.
Yes, sir. Yeah, yeah.
Looks like we have a third Pingo, Jason Lawrence. Good job.
Oh, all right, let's see. Indeed. Yep, yep. That
Yeah,
left column seems to, this one here seems to be quite
Yeah, it does.
popular. Yeah. Was that on purpose, Amy, or it just happened to be?
that's just how it was.
Like the I didn't change anything, another classic.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
And then you hear it banging away at the keyboard and then try again. Oh, it works
Yep.
now, magically.
Huh. All right, I think we're gonna have to buy a lot of SSDs. It's gonna be hard to pick.
I'll take it up with the manager.
With the manager, okay. There is a certain level of Starbucks at which this manager can be convinced to be very generous.
All right, let me write that down.
Amy Starbucks, and all right.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm at the age where I can't have a delicious beverage anymore because my body doesn't like it. So I've taken to Starbucks, which seems
Yeah.
silly because, as a 20 something, like, have the one beverage and then have the other to keep going. And now I can only have the Starbucks variety. So I have to enjoy life
Coffee
somehow.
and hot chocolate and lemonade is pretty good.
Yeah, in that order.
Yeah.
That's right.
All right, we are just now up on 9:30. Do you guys have any more stories to share before we go about our day filling in our Pingo cards?
No, I think that's it. I just want to say thank you to you guys here and to everyone joining in. Fantastic. I love being part of this. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, likewise. It's not every day as sysadmins we get the positivity and, and support that we see today, but I agree with what Johan said. Thank you both, and thank you everybody for joining us. I mean, all of your hard work is noticed by people. So keep it up. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm just gonna chime in and say also thank you to our community. I am just blown away that people, have just come back year after year to support Johan and now Andrew. And I like what we're building here. So let's keep at it. And thank you for all that you do out in the world to keep things going. It's often a very thankless job, and just keep at it. It'll get better. All right. We will play Pingo all day. Make sure you stick around the domain controller group and look for funny stories and more Pingo cards. And have a good day.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.